Hello. So today I'm just going to talk about progress. I haven't made a video in a while and posted it. I've just been really super busy. I got a new job, a job that I love, and it just sort of fell into my lap. That's not exactly true. Okay, I'll get to that. So it's absolutely a blessing, and so I haven't had a lot of time because I have to get up really early. I have to get up at like 2 in the morning. So I've been getting my sleep schedule in order and making sure that I can continue to get up in the morning and practice my Qigong and meditation, which takes me about an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. And just do all the things that I need to do, make time to go to meetings and talk to people and do my step work. So my spirituality and recovery has to come first. Material things are lost in gain. Is the transitory nature of those kinds of things. It's not important to focus on those things. If you do, you're focusing on the wrong thing. So I'll talk about the way that I got to this point. So if you look back, just a few months ago, I was homeless and I had 2 felony warrants and I was addicted to heroin. I had a $100 a day heroin habit and just a miserable, vicious person, and today I'm completely different, and it's taken me about 50 days. This is day 50, so that 50 days is what it's taken for me to change, and it's just been a real blessing. Um, it really has. So I'll talk about how I've achieved this, and it's by setting small goals, aim low. Um, just I always say focus on the here and now. Focus on what you can do now to improve your life, and try to remember what your end goal is, your bigger goals. But all goals apart from the means are an illusion. But goals do organize energy, so you have to set small goals for yourself. My initial goals that I set for myself were just to go to a meeting every day, call my support group every day, 10 minutes of Qigong every day, and 10 minutes of meditation every day. And get a home group, eventually, get a sponsor. I did all those things. And they've blossomed into other things. Some things I've cut back on a little bit. I don't go to meetings every day, but I'll make up for it. I still try to go to about 7 a week. I can't call. I haven't been able to call people every day, but that's okay. Whenever I do get a chance to, I do it. If there's been days where I haven't been able to meditate or do my Qigong in the morning, that's okay too. Just when I remember and get time, I do it, and I don't beat myself up over it. In fact, the exact opposite. I thank myself for remembering. I say, thank you for doing this. Just like today, I'd gotten busy this morning after meditation, and when I finally got myself outside to do my Qigong, I was like, thank you for doing this. I know you don't want to, but I know it's going to make you feel better. And I have something called Shireman's disease. It's a physical spinal disorder, and it causes me a lot of pain, but meditation and things like that have taught me to deal with pain, and I already had a high pain tolerance and knew how to deal with pain, but dealing with pain it's a blessing, because when you deal with physical pain, then it makes it a lot easier to deal with emotional pain, and you have to be patient, and this too shall pass, and all those kinds of things, and accepting, humble, grateful, always. Those are the models I live by. Simplicity, patience, compassion, gratitude, humility, open-mindedness, willingness. If I can keep those things in mind all day, then I'm okay. And just one little incremental step at a time. So just by saying that I'm going to meditate and 10 minutes a day, it blossoms into more than that, and it's become really rewarding. And just by saying that I'm going to clean up my room every day, it's blossomed into me just being more organized in general with my, and setting like that I'm going to get up in the morning and do these things. It's made me more organized with my time, and I am not an organized person, okay? I am controlled chaos all the way. So that's very different for me. I'm very trait openness or whatever they say. So, conscientiousness is just not me at all. But I'm developing it naturally by just setting little goals for things that I know I want, that I might not necessarily want to do every day. There's doubt. Even in the middle of meditation, there's doubt. There's always doubt. I think that's one of the big morals of the story of Jesus Christ is the doubt that he had, and how it did. That's what it means to be human, is to have doubt. It's there, and it's there for a reason. It's to keep us skeptical. It's to keep us from being easily led and mindless NPCs. So that is the purpose of doubt. Doubt has a function, and doubt is good, but too much doubt leads to palsy. It will paralyze you. You can be paralyzed with doubt and fear, and you have to overcome those things. And where you're, if you're uncomfortable, you have to push through, and if you're afraid, you have to push through. And the hardest thing to push through is apathy. For me, I know fear is hard, but I think apathy is worse. At least fear gives you some energy, but apathy, it just sort of like sucks you into a vacuum, man. And I know I talked about that before, but I think the number one problem people have, I know somebody like me, is that having a high IQ, you think that you can understand Rick and Morty. No, I'm just kidding. But having a high IQ, it makes you think that you can think your way out of things, and it makes it difficult to be humble, and it makes it difficult to listen to certain people, or it makes it easy to judge other people. But the most difficult thing is it makes you think that you can think your way out of things. It makes you think that you don't need help. It makes you think that you can do things on your own, and then when you can't do things on your own, it makes you feel like that you're a failure, or the cynical nature will take over, and you'll start to say, well, these things are pointless anyway. What does it all matter? Then the nihilism creeps in, all that kind of stuff, man. And the meaning in life is the purpose you give it. And if you're not creating something, then you really don't have a right to destroy anything that anybody else does. And that goes for ideologies or material things or whatever. If you're not contributing and giving back, then what right have you to sit and nitpick? Those who can't do teach, and those who can't teach criticize. And it's just about taking action. You have to take action. I took action, and I just followed the suggestions that were in front of me. I had some guy make a resume for me and post it online. I thought this was stupid, and I almost stopped him in the middle of it. I was like, I could do this at home, I'm paying for this treatment, and this is the best I can get. All those cynical thoughts and attitudes come out. I was like, really? And the way he was writing my resume, I was like, dude, I could write this resume way better than you could. And but I stopped myself. I became willing, open-minded, humble. I just accepted it, and before I had a job offer, almost immediately, he posted my resume online for me. All I had to do was click accept and verify my email account. I had an interview. I was honest. I was honest about the Suboxone that I'm on. I was honest about my criminal history and all that kind of stuff. And I got the job, and I love it, and I really enjoy it. And it doesn't pay too much, but it pays a lot better than a lot of other jobs do. Let me put it that way. And it's nice. I'm glad to be where I'm at. I'm comfortable. It's good to be self-sufficient without having to harm other people. And it feels great. And if you had looked at me 2 months ago, you'd have never thought this was possible. I promise. I promise you wouldn't have. 2 months ago, I was breaking into a house and stealing the copper out of it in order to get another fix, to get well, so that you know, and I did have the intention of going to rehab, you know, but it's just not that day, you know, tomorrow. And just misery, man. Just misery. And I'm not that today. And whatever you have going on, you don't have to be that. And that's sort of the purpose of this channel, and that's what I want to talk about is a little bit here before I wrap up is I'll be alternating between self-help videos and these kind of videos. I'm getting ready to get a computer. When I get my first check, I'm going to get one back because my ex-girlfriend threw up on mine and destroyed it. So I'd rather save some of my more well-researched and thought-out concepts for when I can actually edit things together and put together something of quality worthy of having viewers. And so I will be doing that. So I just wanted to make something to update everybody. How all 7 of you, you know, I wanted to let you guys know what was going on. So no, I appreciate all 7 of you, or 6, 5, however many it is. So I will be doing that. I'll be alternating between these types of videos about progress and what I'm doing, like actually what I'm doing. I don't want to speak in platitudes. I want to talk about exactly what I'm doing. And then I'm going to switch to the more social, political type topics because I do have a lot of interest in those kinds of things, but it's just all so tiresome. It's so fucking tiresome. Pardon my French. But I try to come at that from an approach of solutions and what can be done today, and that's how I see these two things intermingle. It is as looking for a solution for all of us. And I just want to say to everybody out there, whether you are the beta male or the incel or whatever you are, you can change. If I can do it, you can do it. And that is really the vibe that I'm trying to put out into the cosmos. And I'm grateful, humble, and I love you all as usual. And I will try to make another video as soon as I can. Thank you.